Powered by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I'm here with the two best friends anyone's ever had that I haven't talked to at all tonight. The first time, Mike's still on assignment, starting with the auspicious Austin Bell. How you doing tonight, Austin?
Jesse, I'm doing phenomenal. It's the last week of the preseason. Cuts happen next week. We get to see some 53-man rosters. I feel terrible for the players, but as a fantasy
I was going to
manager,
say,
it's one of my. It
when
is,
everybody
as a
loses their
fantasy
job,
manager,
I
I'm
love
gonna be honest. It is so much fun to see who makes the roster, who doesn't. It's just it's a really because I keep up with so much of it. So, it's really cool to see who the teams pick and who they don't. Obviously, I feel terrible for the players. Somebody loses their job. That's obviously, terrible. But on the fantasy side of things, it's a lot of fun to see, this undrafted guy like Cyrus Allen make a roster. It's really exciting. So,
it's awesome.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Are you saying I'm getting cut? Because I'm not going to be here next week.
Yeah,
we can only hope.
Yeah, we're going to put you on the practice squad for a week for sure.
Okay, right on. That's cool. I don't mind. I need a vacation. I really do.
Yeah, I believe it. So you're doing that good is what you're saying?
Yes. Excellent.
Oh, good. Good.
My main man, Chad Mendoza. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Unlike Austin, I do care about all the people about to lose their livelihood and their dream.
Yeah, a lot of them will
know
be
why
on the
he's so
practice
cold.
squad, and I to be honest with you, a lot of these guys make a living out of just kind of trying out for the teams and being on practice squads and stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure a practice squad pays $5,000 a week.
Yeah, no, those practice squad players they make money. They make money.
It's not bad.
Yeah. No, I'm with Austin. I love this kind of stuff. I love this time of year when rosters are finalized and we're all figuring things out, and we get to talk about some of these players that just made it. You know what they say, like actually, no, bad quote.
Yeah, don't do that.
It used to be that's why I liked Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
They don't really have those storylines anymore.
Yeah, that's what made the off-season one so good. You were kind of like seeing the negotiations and stuff happening in them. I wish they would do more of those, but
they made it politically correct, is what they did. That's what happened. They PC'd it up, and I bet teams got upset. And
it's
so
really
they had
boring.
to make it. It is.
Yeah.
Speaking of cuts, we just saw Trey Benson get cut. That's kind of the stuff. That's a really fantasy relevant cut that's already happened, and we're not even to the cuts yet. So,
are you sure I think that they might have put him on IR.
He cleared waivers, is what I saw today.
Okay.
Yeah, he cleared waivers.
His knee is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna play. So maybe later in the year. Maybe he'll get healthy and maybe later in the year. But I cut him off of a team. So sad.
I should have took that second you offered me last year.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
In listener league.
Isn't it crazy? Like Trey Benson and Brooks, we've just never seen them play football.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
I mean, it was such a bad
sad.
running back class too, and then the two top guys got hurt on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
never got to see them play football.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Austin, why don't you tell the people where they can find us when we're not podcasting?
Yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Dynasty Front Office, Twitter/X, Front Office FF, Discord. Best thing you can do to get a hold of us. A lot of chats, trades, discussions, everything. That link's in the description. And as usual, we're going to be bringing you podcasts and videos all season, including trade bangers, front office focused players of the week, as well as this weekly show and many others. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And again, the link for the Discord is in the show notes. This episode, we're going to be bringing you 2026 preseason tight end rankings. And the 2 other episodes are going to be Trade Banger of the Week and Front Office Focus Player of the Week.
Tight end rank. Oh, it's time for the least exciting position, tight end. All right, so we have the same top 4, right? Okay. Chad has Warren 3rd and Loveland 4th. How convicted are you on that, Chad?
I mean, it could change.
I would like to ask why, because not this long ago you told us that Loveland could be the best tight end in the league.
Yeah, that he's like a Hall of Fame level
And
talent.
yeah, I
so
mean,
is Tyler
y'all
Warner.
argued about it for like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Is it just
No, that's
still
what I boiled it down to.
is it just still prospect ranking for you? I mean,
I think Tyler Warren could be the best tight end in the league too. It's
Okay.
just I think Tyler Warren's path to a significant amount of touches is probably higher than Colson Loveland's, even with the quarterback situation maybe not being as good. Is just so much less competition. I think Tyler Warren is vastly more talented than any other receiver. I mean, not receiver, receiving option on the Colts at the moment. I think he's by far their best player, and we've seen that they're willing to design their playbook with Tyler Warren in mind. Colston Loveland, obviously, we've seen him do some phenomenal things in that offense, but I mean, at the end of the day, like we haven't seen Rome really click. We haven't seen Luther Burden really click yet. We're still waiting to see what that looks like. So there's just a little bit more of a question mark in my mind there.
Okay.
I understand that. That makes a lot of
me too.
sense.
Yeah.
The issue that I have, and it's not much of an issue because they're the same tier for me. It could change, like Chad said, but the deciding factor for me is I need to see Daniel Jones play. I need to see him play well before I'm making Warren 3rd.
I mean, the good
I
thing
have
about a
some
tight end
hesitation there.
is you don't necessarily have to have good QB play for a tight end to
Not
be
at all.
productive.
Yeah.
If anything, that's like the one position that can still succeed with below average tight end play.
Yeah, but if you want him to succeed at that level, you're gonna need.
I mean, it just depends, man. Like if you're playing in a 1.75 premium league, and I mean, we've seen the Colts line him up at H-back to get passes. Like it's crazy what they're willing to do to get him passes at the moment. So
are you sure? Like if Daniel Jones, if something starts to swell and he has to set out a few weeks.
Yeah, but he's already cleared. I mean, he cleared in July. So like
I hear you, but
anybody could get hurt, but
I'm just saying he's coming back from a major injury, catastrophic injury that, I mean, things swell up, and guys miss weeks and don't play well for stretches. And are you comfortable with Anthony Richardson, feeding him those targets?
I mean, yeah, he was still getting like 9 and 8 targets in some games while Daniel Jones was out. So it's not, I mean, I expect him to take another step forward this year. And I like what I saw when I watched. You guys know I watched a lot of Colts last year because I am a fan of Daniel Jones, and I just really enjoyed watching that offense as the year went by. So even when he went down, I just kept watching. But they've created a playbook with him in mind, and you just don't see that a lot in the NFL. Where outside of quarterback, right? Like a lot of playbooks are designed around quarterbacks. They designed this playbook with Tyler Warren in mind specifically and what his skill set is. I cannot wait to see them add on to that.
I think Shane Steichen is one of the top at least top 5 offensive minds in the NFL. I mean, offensive coordinator, play caller. He's really, really good.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just it's a small point, but that's my one hesitation of putting Warren above Loveland. That's it. I mean, at the end of the year, Warren could be, I guess he could probably move up to 2 in some worlds.
Yeah, I mean,
he can get to 1.
I think these guys, either one of these guys could get to 1.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I don't want to admit it.
Yeah. I mean, the top 4, as much as we don't want to admit it, is fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McBride's been so dominant the past 2 years is why he's sitting at 1 for us currently. But that offense is a mess. They still have Jacoby Brissett, which sure fed him last year, but now they've had a whole offseason planning around Jacoby Brissett. And I promise you, as good as McBride is, they want to get their receivers involved. They drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. at where they did for a reason. So, there's plenty of avenues where Tyler Warren could be the tight end one this offseason. Same with
I
Loveland.
think I thought about the idea of whether I should trade Trey McBride, because I have a lot of shares of Trey McBride.
Yeah,
I took
me
him in
too.
the high second, high to mid second in that draft all day. Loved him. I have a lot of shares, and I thought about, should I trade him right now? He's at his peak value. He just had a record-setting season. He's amazing. He's thought of as basically like this untouchable. And then, how likely is he to repeat that? Is he going to lose value if he doesn't? What I realized is, yeah, he's probably not going to see the same amount of volume, which he had historic volume for a tight end last season. Probably not going to see that again. But I do like the offensive changes enough, like the offensive staff changes enough, that I think he'll have a higher efficiency with less volume, and I'm comfortable with holding on to him. It's just so tough to get what you would want for him, but if I would trade him. Yeah. I mean, if you're saying like Warren or Loveland and a first, and yeah, I would do that. But
I think that's the price point.
I don't know that anybody's really knocking on my door to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have a very specific kind of team to want to do that, where safety was just that important to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to do that, move off of McBride in a couple of leagues where I needed assets. I tried Loveland in a first and Warren in a first and got declined for both. Both said that they just couldn't give up the first with the upside of those guys.
The problem, too, is like Bowers, I think, is still consensus one at the moment.
He is. Oh, yeah, he's definitely. Like, it's like a late third or mid third difference on keep trade cut. So you're definitely correct.
I mean, he looked good when he was in there, but that's purely off reputation,
Yeah.
I mean, it's injuries, man. That's it. He would be my one if it wasn't for the injuries. It's the injuries. I need to see him healthy, but I think he's by far the most talented player in the league, tight end. Like, I don't even think it's really close, to be honest.
Bowers.
Yeah, Bowers. I think he's incredible.
He's had so many offensive challenges so far that anyway, and injury issues, and
that's really, the thing. Yeah, injuries crazy.
And you have to show it. You have to realize that talent, for you to be.
The production side of it is what you're saying, not on the field, because he is doing that. We have to see the production
right, exactly,
consistently.
Exactly. When he was on the field, you're right. He looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, he was historic when he was on the field. Not just great. He was historic. I mean, I think what was it? Rookie year, put up 375 points as a rookie.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next tier. So for me, it's Fannin. All right. Actually,
let's do it. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, big dog.
All right, for y'all, it's like Fannin, Laporta, and Kraft.
Yeah, that's it.
In whatever order, and then Sadiq and Pitts, and then Strange.
Yeah.
So I'm there with you guys, except for that I have Strange at 6. So I have like Fannin and then Strange.
How come?
Why wouldn't I? I mean, he was on. I mean, I know he got hurt early, but when he was in there last year, he produced. He's in what we expect to be a top offense this season, and he's really really good player. Really dependable hands. Gets open. Big physical guy. I really like Brenton Strange, and he's a young upside guy that. I understand that it's a bit of a projection, but it's the offense that he's in. I just one of my favorite players to acquire all offseason was able to get him for various seconds everywhere. And in this draft, I was so happy to give up like 204 for him all day long.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for him. Just having him above some of the guys you do feels a little extreme.
it's
Like
more
above Kraft and Laporta feels pretty.
it's more an indictment on those two guys. Like we talked about Kraft last week in the trade banger. He's extremely tough touchdown dependent. They have all kinds of other weapons. They're a run first offense. And he's hurt and going to be on a snap count all year from his words. So there's a lot of reasons not to be excited about Kraft. Laporta, the usage is just sort of hot and cold with him, and with JMO breaking out last year, it always seems to be it's either JMO or Laporta, not both. It's Gibbs and Amon-Ra are going to eat, and then it's one of the other two. If you're lucky. So I hate the too many mouths to feed with Laporta. It's just too unstable for me. I'm crossing my fingers for Strange. It's sort of like my Devontae Smith ranking of wide receivers.
Yeah. And I'm not really going to argue with you outside of the top 4. Like
it's all the same. It's all the same tier, by the way. All of those guys, and you can actually throw Sadiq in there.
Yeah, I can't really argue it. I mean, I said when we got on the top after 9 or 10, it's a disaster. So I guess as long as you have them in that range, that's fine. I see it, but I think it's an extreme price point. Like I don't think he's nearly valued there, nor should he be currently.
I'm telling you, that's what it would take to get him for me.
Okay.
That's what that ranking says. I wouldn't acquire him for that. Like I was telling you before we started, I like to acquire tight ends for less than a first. I like to hoard tight ends that cost less than a first. Last year it really, really bit me in the butt. When you have as talented tight ends as Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland, you should just shoot. Like I did with Bowers.
Yeah, the tough thing with Brenton Strange for me is that it's very similar to Laporta in the usage. You're really just Laporta hasn't this past season was just not seeing the touchdowns that we've seen from him in the past. But the efficiency was still there. With Brenton Strange, he has his efficient games. And efficiency from a target to reception standpoint, definitely not there. But from a yards per catch, production based off of the amount of receptions he's actually getting is nice to see. Man, he's got his targets they've got to go up. I think he's gotten over 7 once in his career so far, and that was 2 years ago. So it's one of those things. It's such an extreme projection for me to have him in this range already. To have him where Kraft is, like I mean, you guys know how I feel about Kraft. I think people paying for Tucker Kraft at tight end 5, tight end 6 prices, what they've historically gone for is kind of crazy because there's a lot of projection there. But I think when you're comparing Tucker Kraft to even Brenton Strange, the level of projection is just different. I think there's much more projection in Brenton Strange, and seeing an avenue to success. So I like Brenton Strange. I really like the price you had to pay to buy into him last year. If he even at the value that I have him at and the ranking I have him at, which I have him at tight end 11, I'm still just kind of not really wanting to buy him there, to be honest. But I'm not really wanting to buy any of these guys. So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, like I said, I need to be able to pay less than a first for tight ends.
Which I think he's still less than a first. I think
below the top.
Yeah.
So I'll move him down. I'll move him down below Sadiq because he took 109 to acquire, and I really wouldn't pay that for Strange. So makes sense. I guess I should. I'm not going to move him below Pitts though. That's where I draw the line. I draw the line with Kyle Pitts. Period.
Yeah.
I don't even want to have him above likely.
I get what you're saying though. Is like you're wanting to show how much you like.
And
it's all a tier. And I get that.
It's all a tier, and it's pretty fluid within that tier. I wouldn't necessarily go out and try to buy Brenton Strange with Sam Laporta, or vice versa.
Yeah, I have a different I have it tiered slightly differently. So like my next tier after the big four, we'll call them, is going to be Kraft, well, not in this order because I have Laporta first, but Laporta, Kraft, and Fannin is going to be the three that I have in a tier by themselves there, and that's just because there's a little bit less projection than the other guys. With
Yeah.
those three, and we've seen the flashes and talent. We're just looking for a little bit of consistency, and that's the determining factor for me. Is all they need right now is consistency. We've seen it for stretches, whether it's game to game consistency or in like Tucker Craft's point of view, it's start of the season to end of the season consistency. So if they can put that together, there's no reason why Tucker Craft can't be fighting to get into that tier one kind of player.
Yeah.
If he can figure that out, but that's a big if.
I have Fannin at the top of that tier because he was very good last year. There really were no warts last year. He's just not in that top tier because he's got to continue to do it. He's not as talented as those other players, so he's got to continue to produce at their level.
Yeah, he felt more scheme dependent, whereas
Yeah.
it was talent for the
that's a
other
good way to
guys.
say it,
So we
yeah.
need to see the scheme continue to be featured, where he's the featured guy.
Right.
Even when they did just bring in 2 high-end draft picks to likely change that scheme a little bit, with obviously a whole new coaching staff as well. So
I still think he's going to be really good.
yeah, I mean, I have him 5 as well, but 5, 6, 7 are completely fluid for me.
It's just a question at quarterback.
Yeah, it is.
All right, what else we got? I mean, we've.
I'll talk about the guys that I have next, and this range is really interesting to me because we have a mix of completely different situations going on here. Brenton Strange is going to be part of this, this tier for me, so I'm going to mention him, but won't talk a long time about him. But it's going to be Kenyon Sadiq, Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely, Brenton Strange is going to be my next tier. Any kind of question about that?
No, I
guys
basically
would
have
put in
that
there?
same tier. I added Kincaid in it just because he still has a chance to pop. We just haven't. The health is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I really have no issue with your tier there. I have the same guys. I just added Kincaid. And to be honest, the more I look at it, I probably would flip Likely and Kincaid, so he'd be at the bottom of that tier for me. And I guess I still have Gadsden there as well. Obviously, what we've seen so far to start the preseason is ugly, but we've also discussed that we don't care about what happens in the preseason. So, I'm going to see it. I expect a dip in value this year for Gadsden, but I still see an avenue where he's a very productive piece on a tight end, in a tight end position.
Yeah, the addition of Njoku really disappointed me.
Yeah, and Kohler. I mean, it's both of them.
Yeah,
They basically redid the tight end room.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, he's got the talent that I think he could move up into easily that tier we were just talking about. No problem.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the interesting thing about him is how much do you make of them bringing in the tight ends, because he's not really a tight end. Like, let's be honest here, he's not really a tight end. So are they bringing in the tight ends to take away from his snap percentage, or are they bringing in the tight ends to say we need a tight end because we don't have one?
To kind of free him up, and to do tight end stuff. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because I don't know at the moment, right? Like I don't think anybody knows until they actually take the field and we see, if Gadsden is really, playing as a wide receiver essentially. Because I think there's a good chance we do see that, where he's pretty much, not touching the line of scrimmage and we're good to go. It's it's all engines up, and I would absolutely love that, because I do think he's a really talented player. It's just, man, it's such a risk buying him right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely not buying unless somebody's completely out and I can get him for like a late second in value. I'd probably buy there, just because I'm going to likely take a shot on a rookie tight end that has a ton of question marks. So at least let me take somebody I've seen pop.
Are you talking about Gadsden?
Yeah.
You'd only pay a late second for him?
I don't know his price point. I'm saying if that's his price point, I would gladly pay that. But I don't think it's much more than that.
No, it's way more than that. That's at least a high second. I would say late first.
They have him. Keep Trade Cut has him right at a 27 mid second.
Okay.
And going down, he's actually the biggest mover down in the tight end position. So
yeah, but that and like I said, like if there's one player that we can look on this list and say it can change quickly, it's Gadsden.
Yeah.
Like
he's
really
he's
quick.
the player either direction could go
for sure.
really quick. He can jump up to tight end 7, tight end 6, and I wouldn't bat an eye at it, depending on what happens to start off the season.
True.
Or he could
But could also
drop
be
down to
tight end
17,
18,
19,
19,
no problem.
20. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
So, all right, out of this next group of players, let's say for your next 10 players, who's your favorite value? Give me 2 or 3 names that you love to have for what you have to pay.
TJ Hawkinson.
Okay. What are you paying for him?
That's a good one.
I mean, I got him for a
thirds?
third.
I was about to say a couple
thirds.
thirds. Yeah, his stock is really down.
Yeah. It's so nice to buy him at that price. That is, I mean, you should not be able to buy TJ Hawkinson for a third.
People are treating him like
I don't care.
Like he's 35. He's like 28, right?
Yeah. That sounds about right. Let me see.
He's so far down.
29.
Trade cut.
He's 29.
That's crazy.
29.
Yeah, turned 29.
He just turned 29.
Yeah.
He's a good buy. I like
He's
that.
tight end 25 on Keep Trade Cut.
Yeah, he's probably, I have him ranked way higher than Keep Trade Cut, and I would still buy him at where I have him 20. But I think if you can get him anywhere near what people are valuing him at consensus wise, he's probably one of my favorite buys in all of Dynasty this offseason. If you're not even just a competitor, because his value is so low that even in a rebuild, I'm willing to shell out a third for him. Thinking that I can probably.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably give any league I possibly needed a tight end a third for him.
Yeah.
Would you? So on Keep Trade Cut, he's between Jawan Johnson and Hunter Henry for vets. Is he at the top of your list for those guys for who you would want?
Yeah. Yeah. He reminds me of Travis Etienne last offseason, where a player that we've seen, have some struggles recently, but we know what the upside is. And also there's significant changes in the offense. Like probably the biggest change you can make in an offense is the quarterback. And say what you will about Kyler, he is a unspeakable improvement over JJ McCarthy and what he was providing that offense last year. I have no words for why TJ Hawkinson is value is where it's currently at. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
I'd rather have Juwan Johnson, Austin.
Okay.
And who was the other one?
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry. I'll probably take Hawk.
Good news is Hawk has practiced the entire preseason and training camp.
Yeah.
Nice.
Full
And the
participation.
other two guys have really good young players behind them too. And Hawk doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
It is very true.
So for me in this, I think maybe for the same price point, I like AJ Barner.
I think he
you're not getting him for that. You're not getting him for that.
No. Am I crazy?
Considerably more. Yeah.
You're
What's it gonna
giving
cost?
at least a mid-second. At least.
I wouldn't pay more than that.
He's right between 27 mid and 27 late second.
I think a late second, he's a good buy. Young tight end that they like, and they used quite a bit last year. I looked at his numbers last year and really surprised me that he put up that much. His competition is Arroyo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's it's not even competition.
Yeah.
Like he's the starting tight end.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get plenty of run, and just for that like late second price point,
he was incredible last season. He was really AJ Barner was really good. That's why I was like, there was a couple podcasts ago. I said like, are we going to be really surprised if AJ Barner's in the top 8 tight
Yeah,
ends
yeah.
next season, and you guys were like, yeah, and I'm like, what? He
I
was
mean, I'm still
really
going to be
good.
surprised because of the
I
people he would have to jump. But
I would not, man.
he's
I
not but he's not like a household name for Dynasty, so those guys always take longer to jump up.
Yeah, but if you
He had
produce, you
6 top
produce.
10 weeks last year as a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, I hear
Was
you.
he a
I'm
rookie
not
last year?
arguing with
It
you.
seems like he's been around longer. Man, so he's second year guy. Yeah,
Or no, second year. Yeah.
he's second year. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well,
third year
this is his
guy.
third year. Yeah. So second year. Yeah, that's right. Because they drafted Arroyo last year,
I
and then
just like
AJ
him at
Barner
that
came out and kicked his butt.
late second price point for a young guy. That's what I was paying for Mason Taylor, Terrence Ferguson, Arroyo. That's what they cost last year, or like early thirds or whatever. Give me AJ Barner.
Yeah. In the playoffs, he was, still like a pretty much like a go-to option for New England. Like it didn't fade. And that's
Yeah.
what I like to see too.
Seattle.
Or I mean, Seattle.
Seattle.
So that's what I like to see too, because, and sometimes with these younger players, they can flash in the regular season. You get to the playoffs and then the teams tell you what they really think about him. They don't really trust him. And AJ Barner was still out there, showing his stuff. So I really like him. I mean, there's just not many players that you can get at the value that you're getting him at that have that kind of upside at tight end. If you can get him for a late second, I think that's a fantastic deal.
Would you rather have Gadsden or Barner? I know you have Gadsden higher, but are there avenues where you would prefer to purchase Barner if you're spending the same
Yes.
price point?
Yeah. It would just be share percentage, especially because Gadsden's so volatile. You're kind of losing out on him, and my shares of him, I dwindled down. I had like 80% shares. I was drafting him in every single league because he was going in like the 5th round or something crazy, or hitting waivers even in some leagues. But I would always take him in the last round. So I had so many shares of him. I just kind of sold them all off this past season, except for one share. And now I just really don't want to buy him either because I paid nothing for him. And I guess that's kind of human psychology. So
yeah. Okay.
All right. So, Austin, let me ask you this.
Sir.
There's a couple things that I want to cover before we get to Kittle. I think we need to talk about Kittle. I think everyone wants to hear what they should do with him. Before we get there, I want to talk about Max Clare, Oscar Delp, Justin Jolie, and Eli Raridan.
Okay.
Are you still where you were? Because you were very high on Max Clare. We were all pretty high on him, but even after the draft, after he went to the team of a million tight ends, the Rams,
yeah,
you were still very high on him. How are you feeling now?
The same. I mean,
Same.
I think he's 1 year away from becoming a viable starting option or a Colby Parkinson injury. One of the two. I think Terrence Ferguson is going to be the second tight end. I think Claire is Colby Parkinson's replacement. So, I mean, we're going to see him here and there, but I don't expect him to be on the field a ton unless it's 13 personnel. So, I don't think we see a lot of value spike this year outside of injury. But yeah, I mean, the player, I'm really enticing on the player. I mean, he's a complete tight end and just went to an offense that uses tight ends. So, you have to be excited for that.
And you're still much higher on him than those other three players I mentioned, or is it pretty?
For the talent level, yes. I mean, situations for tight end matter so much that the talent level really doesn't matter, especially as a rookie. But none of them outside of Raridan have a great situation that I feel awesome about for early on success. So, I mean, yeah, I still will currently take the player I believe in the most, but like the other guys are still 3rd round picks for me in rookie drafts, and Claire's still a 2nd.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's just what I wanted to know. Chad, do you have any thoughts on that? Or do you not care?
No, I mean, I care a lot. I like a lot of these young players, and I think their situations are not too far apart, to be honest. I think.
Yeah, see, Delp
I
is
agree.
behind Juwan Johnson, who could conceivably move on after
And
this
Noah
year.
Fant.
And okay, but he's
Yeah,
kind of a journeyman
kinda,
at this
sorta.
point. He could move on. And then Jolie's behind Evan Ingram, who could absolutely move on in the offseason. So, and may not even be behind him by the end of the year. So I think they're pretty similar. Like Eli Raridan is playing in 2 tight end sets with Hunter Henry. So I guess he's like the 1B at this point. So maybe he's got a little leg up as far as what we expect to see when the
Well,
moment.
yeah, and I think probably Reardon's like the guy that's least likely to supplant the starter ahead of him. I think Hunter Henry is pretty important to that offense, and they think really highly of him.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really see the production equivalent to that, you know, for fantasy purposes, but just, you know, in the NFL, he's really, really highly thought of, and I think he got paid this offseason, right?
Did he?
Am I making that up?
I can't remember.
That would
but,
absolutely
I mean,
floor me.
Henry was a top 10 tight end last year. Doesn't matter a ton, but because after like the top 5, who really cares? But he wasn't bad. 60 receptions and 7 touchdowns. It's not.
Yeah. So in this
it's
month, he signed a 2-year, $16 million extension for
yeah,
Henry.
okay.
Nice.
It just seems very similar to Juwan Johnson to me, who's a highly thought of veteran that the team thinks highly
Yeah,
of.
but I'm
And
worried that
depends on in
them
certain
bringing
situations.
Tyson in changes the dynamic of that offense. Obviously, he has to be healthy, sure, but
Yeah, you got at least a month of the season to figure that out.
sure. But I mean, we're playing Dynasty. It's not
Yeah,
redraft.
I hear you.
So, you know, Hunter Henry's going to be a part of that offense. We've seen it for every year he's been healthy.
Yeah, and Juwan
Juwan
Johnson is
Johnson.
going to be part of that offense. I mean, they
Yeah,
really don't have
I'm
much
just-
else. They've
Yeah,
got him, Olave,
especially not currently.
and Etienne, and that's how it seems to go. That's been like 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Through different coordinators, Juwan Johnson makes himself available for targets.
Yeah, I'm out. I can't disagree with you.
You know, so it just seems pretty similar to me. Although the extension actually does make it a little different if they're planning on keeping him.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
ju-
think he's
yeah.
as talented as the other guys. I don't think Raiden's as talented
Raridan?
as the
I
other
like
guys.
the talent. I thought it was good talent.
I think he is, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, I like it.
I like him quite a bit,
I-
but he's a different player than especially Delp. Delp is just
Yeah, Delp's a receiver. He's
Yeah,
not really
correct.
a tight end.
Correct.
So, I
So-
mean, that could give him a path to getting on the field this season, actually, as a weapon. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, Kellen Moore's a good offensive mind. He took him for a reason, I would expect.
yeah. He's kind of the wild card of the whole situation because I think for fantasy, he's probably got the highest ceiling out of all these guys, but also the lowest floor. Like he could be one of those guys that just never the Hunter Bryant kind
Yeah.
of player that
Harrison
you
Bryant.
know, or Harrison Bryant. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Harrison
I
shows
that
how
was my boy
important-
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had plenty of shares of him.
Yep.
yeah.
Uh,
So you kind of see the player that he could be in the NFL, but there's just such a limited amount of those kind of players that pan out.
Noah
and Oscar
Fant.
Delp kind of fits into that.
Noah Fant was,
I mean, that was a
Noah
big time
Fant's
version of
huge
it.
though.
yeah, he's
Noah
a big
Fant's
guy.
huge.
You're right. But he was crazy athletic, just not.
Yeah.
He
See,
should
to
have
me,
been drafted.
Tucker Kraft is that. Tucker Kraft is a successful story of that. Tucker's become a good tight end,
Yeah,
but in college, he was a speed receiver, if we're going to be honest. So,
like the
he's-
Jimmy Graham kind of player is what we thought Tucker or what we thought Tucker Kraft and what's his name? Give me him. Noah Fant could be.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
at their ceiling.
yeah,
So-
they didn't have Sean Payton. That's a big
Yeah.
problem there.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees.
feels like the Colts always draft that one of those guys. Jelani
they do.
Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
No,
Give
they
us
got
our
one now.
utility. Give us
Yeah,
our
they really
utility
got their
player.
guy.
Our Dallas Clark.
That's right. Man, I guess the one name I got to bring him up because Jesse hates him so much. But Chig's enticing. I mean, new team
Yeah.
got paid pretty good. The couple old options in the offense to battle targets for, like, there's no reason that he can't become a viable piece with a quarterback that we all have. I think we all have him top 5 or top 7 at worst. I mean, somebody's going to have to produce there.
I don't hate him. I just am not paying
Obviously
more
you
than a
do.
third.
Well, you won't get him.
Then I don't want him.
But I mean, you have him. The name obviously you put him
I-
at the bottom at a spite. But my point is like you
I
didn't
lit-
rank him.
I
so-
literally asked this in the Discord last week if I should pay a second for him, and everybody told me no.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't pay a second for him.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
either.
So
But
I told you
nobody's
I'd
selling
take him for a third. Okay.
So that's. But he has enticing upside. Is my point. I mean, he's still a young guy.
Okay.
Went to a new offense that they paid for. Like we're so excited for Likely going to the Giants, and that's cool. But
because Likely's a good player. Chig's inconsistent. He's just a flash.
he was also on the Titans. Who else was
I-
good on the Titans the entire time Chig was there? Can you name one person that
I don't
produced?
care. Chig wasn't good. I'm evaluating him on his performance, which was not consistent. He disappears for weeks at a time.
And they made Likely one of the highest paid tight ends in the league.
Yeah. And there's this conspiracy theory going around Baltimore right now that Harbaugh signed Andrews. Actually, I think we started this last week, right? They signed Andrews to get himself fired and bring Likely with him. This is the master plan on how to have a second receiver in New York.
Yeah, pay him top 4, 5 tight end money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Pretty wild.
I mean, honestly, it makes sense the more I think about it, though. Like, clearly, Harbaugh wanted to pay Likely, and the front office wanted to pay Andrews. And at the end of the year, they're like, "Man, we got a lot of differences. Well, how about I just move on?"
And did you guys remember like the reports? Not that we're going to talk about this for very long, but the reports that came out towards the end of Harbaugh's reign there, and especially after Harbaugh got fired, like right after he got fired, there was a ton of reports coming out about how specifically Isaiah Likely and John Harbaugh hated each other.
Really?
Oh yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
hearing something about that.
That's hilarious.
It seems so like orchestrated now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like the team, I guess the team put that out. That is so weird.
Or I would imagine like maybe John Harbaugh's agent or somebody put that out.
Probably. All right, Jesse, tell me why we need to talk about George Kittle.
Kittle, because we're kind of all over the place on him. Like, Chad's got him at 12, so Chad's got him as a QB1. He's very optimistic.
Yeah.
You're not too far behind at 14, and I'm pretty further behind at 19 because I don't believe them.
He also said he wasn't going to play this year, and they've already said he's a good chance of being ready week 1.
I hear you. I mean, these are things that we haven't seen before. So obviously there are medical advances that I'm not aware of. I'm not a surgeon. Okay. But I still don't believe that he's going to be healthy and productive.
The cool thing about a tight end is they don't have to be 100. We just saw Travis Kelce put up a top 5 season or top 6 season, and he looked like he could hardly run.
That's true.
So, I mean, if Kittle does the same thing, he can still put up a top 6 season.
And we just talked about like their potential wide receiver 1 Stribling.
Yeah.
Well, they do have Mike
Come on
Evans.
now.
They do have Mike Evans. And
Yeah, but
CMC.
you could say the same thing about Mike Evans that people say about George Kittle.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So, I mean, I had Kittle at 12 and put him down as I was redoing my rankings. So I actually agree with Chad, but I put him behind Gaston and Kincaid just off of the youth aspect. But he's going to play, even if he doesn't play the first 4 weeks, let's say.
Yeah.
When he's on the field, he's going to score. He does.
I mean, I have Kelce in that same Kelce, Goddard, Andrews, Hawk.
But
They're
Kittle's
all
a totally different production standpoint.
I understand, but I don't. But the reason I have him there for a different reason. The other guys, I just don't think will produce like they did when they were younger. Kittle, I think, could if he was healthy, but I just don't think he's going to be healthy, and I think he's going to be in and out of the lineup. He's going to miss games. He's going to get, like I said, like the same thing I said with Daniel Jones. It could flare up at any time. He may be practicing right now in a limited fashion. He may be off pup, but that's only step 1, man. I just don't. until I see him produce at that level, I'm happy having him at tight end 19.
Kittle,
I'm just not acquiring him.
Kittle coming back last year after the injury. Tight end 8, 28, 2, 2, 6, 15, 6, 1, 17. Like it's George Kittle, man. If he's on the field, he's going to score a ton of points. I'd rather have Kittle for 8 games than any of these tight ends in this range for an entire season. I don't care. I mean, he's George Kittle.
Yeah, it's kind of why he's where he's at for me. Like, I would absolutely move Terrence Ferguson for him. Probably move Jake Ferguson for him, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
have
would
all
too.
those guys. I have Max Clare and Ferguson all below that tier. So
Yeah, I'm looking at keep trade cut currently, and they're all right with Kittle.
like I have Kittle just below AJ Barner and Eli Stowers. So I don't think that that's a crazy range.
No, it's not.
No,
I
it's
get
not.
it.
It's not.
No, you just wanted to bring him up, so I was telling you why. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I wanted to discuss him because I want people, or I want our listeners to understand what to do with him. Are you guys? Would you acquire him right now?
Yes,
For what?
absolutely.
What would you be willing to pay?
I would love to pay a second. It looks like keep trade cut says it's his value, but I don't think managers are going to get rid of him that have held him this long for a second. So
I'd pay a second plus. Easily.
yeah, I'd probably pay a second plus one of these later tight ends.
Like if I could give up a second in Max Clare, I'm doing it. If I can give up a second in
I was going to say
I'm
Jolie.
doing it.
I would take that in a heartbeat. I
I
would
know
take a
you
second.
would.
I would take a second, but if you want to give me Max Clare too, thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'd do it. If I'm competing, and I have a chance to get Kittle for a second, I think you do it. I think you just do it.
I agree. And you just eat the second if you lose it.
It's a late second. Go back and look at all your late seconds and see what you did with them, including trades, because I guarantee you 70% of them are just wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You're going to draft Max Clare with him, and you're going to be in the same situation you're in with Kittle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it works. It could work out great, or it could not.
Yeah, all 3 of the Max Clares from the year before didn't work out either. Mason Taylor, Arroyo, and Ferguson. Which I mean,
I love Max Clare
for all 3 of them, but
I love Max Clare. This is how much faith you should have in Max Clare. I don't want any tight end other than the top 4.
Yeah,
that's how much faith you should have in Max
answer.
Clare.
Correct.
Yeah. Like the odds of a tight end working out at this point are so astronomically low. It could be anybody, or it could be nobody, because it has been nobody. So,
yeah, man, I like Jesse's idea of hoarding cheap tight ends. I don't necessarily want to pay seconds for them unless it's somebody that I have in that 8 to 15 range.
I love drafting these late tight ends with my late rookie picks or spending late rookie picks on them, because the alternative are players like career backup quarterbacks or running backs that either will have like a cup of coffee or a flash in the pan, or just be at best a career handcuff. Like running backs in that range are that last, like the Bucky Irving kind, are so rare that I think you have a better chance of getting a tight end that's going to hit and last for a while. Like AJ Barner.
Well, yeah, and there's such a big disparity between, not just draft capital in the NFL in tight ends and draft capital in Dynasty in tight ends, but also there's a big disparity between the success of tight ends and draft capital in Dynasty. So, guys like Kittle, guys like McBride, even guys like who else? Laporta, Tucker Kraft. Kraft didn't go in the first, right? If I'm remembering.
No. He's fifth.
Fannin, like a lot of these guys, they're just tight ends further down the board that you just hit on. Travis Kelce, right? So, I mean, the guys that work it, obviously you have your Brock Bowers, your Tyler Warrens, and Colson Lovelands, but we know that going in, there's going to be those guys, Kyle Pitts. But the majority of the successful guys aren't those, right? And at the same time, if you do believe in a player that got drafted in the second round at tight end, a lot of times you can get those guys in the third, fourth, fifth rounds of rookie drafts. Whereas like a wide receiver or running back taken in the second round, you're not getting those guys there. Like they're usually going in the second round. So yeah, I'm with you. I've been doing that for a long time, but it just sucks now because none of these guys are working out. Maybe that changes going forward, but
you just had Fannin last year. Strange is a guy that I have tons of shares because I took him in the 4th, 5th round of rookie drafts.
Gadsden worked out too, so I mean it does happen.
Yeah, Gadsden
when
was
I
a big
say
one
none
of
of
yours.
these guys are working out, I mean hyperbolic. I mean it used to be a lot more successful of a strategy than it is today.
Yeah, that's true.
You're obviously going to hit some because somebody has to be a little bit productive because nobody is breaking into where we want them to break into.
Yeah.
But it used to work out a lot better when you could get your Trey McBrides, your Kelseys, your Kittles, and those guys you were getting pretty late. I remember trading Kittle in Dynasty for like a 3rd round pick before his breakout in a rookie draft. So I'm like that's how these guys are thought of before their breakouts. But yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's a fun position to watch because it's so random at the moment.
All right. What else? Anybody else?
I mean, do we want to bring up Eli Stowers, or do we just want to wait and see how?
Yeah, I feel like we got to talk about Eli Stowers.
We can talk about Eli Stowers, absolutely. Go for it.
Let's go ahead and let the Eagle guy go, so at least we can get all that information.
You're probably the most acquainted with what's going on in camp.
So sure, I think he's going to have a really. I was telling Austin before we started that he's going to have a really difficult path to targets this year. He's going to have a really tough time even getting on the field. He's not an inline tight end. He's come out very raw, more raw than I expected him to be. For all of the buzz he was getting. He hasn't really looked great in camp. He's, I guess, in name like the tight end 2 on the depth chart, but if and when Goddard goes down, it's going to be the blocking tight end that we signed that is really going to get the run. And then, because really Stowers is just kind of a slot receiver at this point. The blocking just isn't there. And he can't play in line. I don't think functionally enough for them to trust him. So the competition for slot reps is pretty intense with Mekhi Lemon. Elijah Mitchell might make this team. Did I say Elijah Mitchell?
Elijah Moore. Yeah.
Elijah Moore. Hollywood is going to make this team, so he can eat up outside reps where he's running go routes, and Devontae Smith and Mekhi Lemon are playing in the slot and the Z, and I just really don't. I just don't see a lot for Stowers this season. He's a developmental guy, so I have him where I have him, which is what, one spot above Barner at 16.
Yeah, I mean, I have him at 15, so not really much different.
It's kind of how I've seen it.
By the way,
do I?
Yeah, Chad has him at 16.
Oh, I was looking at Chad's numbers. Okay, I have him one spot below Barner.
No, you have him 18.
Okay, I mean that's all the same tier though.
Yeah, I mean you have him behind Gunnar Helm. I know it's the same tier, but
yeah, Gunnar Helm.
Because you're excited, is that what it is? I mean, there's a lot of starting tight ends that don't.
I liked Gunnar Helm coming out. I think he's a good player and he's going to start, whereas Eli Stowers is not. And I think
so.
I think Stowers
a big value loss is what you're saying.
Yeah. I think that's really going to happen with Stowers. I think he was a projection to begin with. I think he was being overdrafted quite a bit.
Well, I think we wanted him to go to offense where he could play receiver at the tight end position, and he did not.
Yeah, and I think people just got excited when they saw him go to our offense.
I mean, people have seen what Goddard's done there. And
he's not a similar player to Goddard.
No.
I'll just throw in, I'm not so sure Gunnar Helm's going to be the starter in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Over Bellinger. He is.
Yeah, they've been rotating in preseason, like not rotating in quarters, rotating on snaps. Like,
Okay.
yeah, and he hasn't looked great. And you guys know I'm a Texas fan. I want these players to do well. I don't think he's that good. I just don't.
I have him. I mean, 16. It's not like I have him.
I mean, you have him below AJ Barner. Ain't he the guy you just
Above, you
drafted
mean.
in the first with Eli Stowers? So I mean, that's
I did not draft Eli Stowers in the first.
But we had him. We as a group had him consensus as a first round pick. You
I
did
did not.
too.
No, I did not. Second.
Who did you have in the first? Then you had. He
I
had
think
to
I
be
had
11 or 12.
Ty Simpson above where you had no, absolutely not. I think Boston and Cooper were 11 and 12, so no.
There's got to be somebody else to fill in because even with
Stowers had to be
those
a
three
first round
guys
pick with what we were doing.
Two running backs.
It would have to
Yeah.
be Jeremy Bernard would be the guy.
2 running backs. You have the big 4 receivers.
2
Right.
quarterbacks.
2 quarterbacks is 9.
It was big 3 receivers,
Sadiq.
not 4.
Okay. So that's 9.
With
Sid-
Sadiq.
Okay, Sadiq is 9. Concepcion,
Mm-hmm.
Boston,
Mm-hmm.
that's 11.
And then
Cooper is 12. Aha.
Who's the second running back? Oh, Pierce or Price, I mean?
Price.
Price.
Yes, Darian Price. Yes. If you have I had Ty Simpson as my 107. So no, I did not have Eli Stowers as a first.
Okay. Okay.
Did have him at 201. Although I moved Stribling up. I was taking Stribling at 201. So 202, I took maybe some Jeremy Bernard.
we'll look it up.
Yeah. High second.
Yeah, you're wrong, but
We'll
that's
look it
okay. I'm not going to argue at this point.
I'm
in the
not
show,
wrong.
but-
I just proved to you that I was right.
Okay.
All right. I win this game. I win the whole night. I'm giving myself a point.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And with just going back to Gunnar Helm for a second to see if Daniel Bellinger is named the starter in that offense because he is on waivers everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
So it might be something to keep an eye on, guys. If you can get him on some leagues where you really need tight end help and you need a desperation play, he's not a bad one. Solid player.
Good call. Can we put this to bed?
Please.
Yes, let's do it. We're talking about Daniel Bellinger. Let's go.
We're in overtime. I saw a movie.
Ooh,
Anybody
so
else
did
want to
I.
go first? Oh, you
I
want to
saw
go
a
first?
movie too. I saw a movie today.
Okay.
I saw Paw Patrol, and I don't know what the rest of the movie's called. Something they were in Dinosaur Land or something.
Oh my.
I slept through like half of it, but it was my kid's first time at the movie theater.
It was actually in the theater.
Yeah, it was in the theater.
Oh,
So they saw that. I also saw Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie, but I think I talked about that last week. Really good. So go see that if you haven't seen it.
No Way Home? I don't think you did talk about it. I don't remember.
Was that what it's called? No Way Home? No, I think No Way Home is the one that's already out in on like DVD insert DVD,
okay.
Blu-ray, streaming. Gosh, I'm aging myself here. Anyways, and out on
Betamax.
streaming already, isn't it? What's the new one called?
Hmm.
Somebody help me out here.
I haven't seen it.
I have no idea.
You're
My
the one
wife.
that saw it. You should know what it's called.
Yeah, right.
Brand New Day is what it's called.
Brand New Day.
Brand New
Yeah,
Day.
that's what it's called. Yeah, it was really, really good. Probably it was the best of the trilogy for me by far.
Trilogy. There's a trilogy?
Yeah, the Tom
Is it-
Holland.
is it still Tom Holland?
Spider-Mans?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I like
Yeah,
it.
this is the third one.
He's good. He's not as good as Tobey Maguire, but he's good.
Yeah, I agree there too, but I don't know how much of that is bias because Tom Holland is really good. But I agree. Toby is my favorite.
You guys were kids. That was Spider-Man when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Right,
it was.
right.
Yep, I remember seeing that Spider-Man movie in the movie theater, and being like, like the first scene where like he's swinging on the webs and stuff, like the first time he does it. I remember being amazed. Like, I don't know how they're doing this. And then you watch it today, and you're like, CGI kind of sucks.
I remember when I saw the first Spider-Man movie, I remember thinking this is the first good superhero movie I've ever really seen. Outside of like the Batman movies, it was the first like good Marvel movie ever.
You didn't? Oh, I was gonna say you didn't like Mr. Freeze,
No.
Arnie.
Oh, the cheesy lines in that movie were so bad.
I loved it as a kid, man.
Batman and was that Batman and Robin with like Chris O'Connell?
That is a
or
terrible.
whatever?
I just watched that. That was a terrible movie.
It's so.
It's
bad.
good when you're a kid, though. It's good when you're a kid.
Okay.
I was like 7.
Yeah, it was good. I remember as a kid I liked it, but I just watched it. It was on TV yesterday. It was so terrible.
I mean, Val Kilmer was Batman for a while. It was. I remember thinking, "Wow, this is a really good movie, and it's about comic book stuff." It was like the first one.
Best Batman. Go, Jesse. Quick.
Michael Keaton.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Heath Ledger.
Huh?
Well, he was the Joker, but yeah,
But we'll give you credit because he was really good.
he was really good.
Austin, best Batman.
Christian Bale.
Christian
Bale.
Bale. Yeah.
Christian Bale's the answer.
No other answer.
Absolutely.
Christian Bale.
I agree.
Other than he's a little strong on the Iron Batman.
No,
He's a little.
stop.
He's a little
he's
strong
not.
on that.
No, he's
He
not.
is.
You
He
can't
is
tell me
so
after watching
good.
Ben Affleck that you're like, oh, he was too strong on the voice.
No, I agree with you. He's my favorite, but
Ben
he
Affleck
is
is
a little strong.
crazy with that Batman voice.
He was.
Michael Keaton's second
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Probably, yeah.
because I forgot about Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger is the best.
I mean,
best,
that's one of the best
superhero villains in the movie.
performances.
Yeah,
of all
he
time.
was great.
Yeah, really good. Really good. But you know what's crazy? I would say the second best is still Joker
What do you mean?
with Joaquin Phoenix.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
He was really
Oh.
good. The second
the
one
fir-
ruined.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the second one because I
I
heard
didn't
it
watch
was
the second
musical.
one either.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I don't
So-
watch
I had it on the TV one day and halfway paid attention. It's terrible.
But that first movie was
The first one was really
really good.
I bet
Really
Mike
good.
likes it.
I liked it the first time I saw
The
it.
second, the musical.
Yeah, I bet I'm
Yeah.
gonna text him and ask him.
I liked it the first time I saw it though with De Niro when it was called what was it? The King of Comedy, I believe. Check that movie out. It's actually the Joker, like 30 years before it.
Oh,
with
cool.
De Niro. Check it out.
Okay.
But
Is it in
I
black and white.
no, it's
Oh.
like I think it's early 80s, so it is color.
Yeah, like early De Niro.
Yeah. Yeah, right after Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Maybe not right after. But yeah, I really liked Joker. I thought it was good.
Yeah, the first one was really good.
Yeah, I would never watch this.
Yeah.
Me
So
neither.
that movie called The Invite. Seth Rogen. Who's the guy from Fight Club?
Wow, you didn't know a name?
Edward Norton, but
Edward Norton Jr.
I didn't think you would know him. Penelope Cruz and
Oh, I like how you did that for us finally. Thank you.
yeah,
And look, Chad knew who you were talking about.
and Emily Blunt. So it
Who
was
doesn't
actually
know
pretty-
Edward Norton Jr.?
I don't know. You guys don't know a lot of like famous actors. So
The
the
whole
guy from Fight
Edward
Club.
Norton Jr.
I thought you were talking about Brad Pitt.
So yeah, it's a good movie. It's like relationship movie. Definitely watch it with your wife. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, the only unbelievable thing about the whole thing was that like Penelope Cruz wanted to have relations with Seth Rogen. Like that would never happen. I don't care what multiverse we're in. It's not. No. Penelope Cruz is not doing it. She's married to the guy that you didn't understand his name. The guy from No Country from Old Men. the scary guy, Javier Bardem. So Seth Rogen should run and hide.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. It was good. I would recommend. Yeah, like we said, Hard Knocks was very boring. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff coming out because it's the fall, but I just realized they did a second season of Chad Powers.
Did they?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Oh,
Coming out in
okay,
September.
cool.
I'm pretty excited for that. It is the goofiest show,
Yeah,
but it's entertaining. It just made me laugh. It really is
Yeah, it's pretty
entertaining as
funny.
hell. I'm excited
pretty
for
funny.
that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Austin, anything?
Just been still watching Deadliest Catch.
Nice.
I
Mm.
think we've almost made it through season 4 now. So
Cool, man.
Oh, and so just officially know that I'm over 50. Shout out Jeopardy Masters Tournament started.
I used to love Jeopardy as a kid. I haven't watched it in probably 20 years, but I loved it growing up.
Masters Tournament started tonight. The questions were super hard. Really hard. It was fun.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Call up your mom. See if Grammy's around to watch it with you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I'm looking for something to fall asleep to. I need a new show.
Jeopardy's the ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, I listen to podcasts. There's a really good. It's
to
just
go to
called
sleep?
Mike. Yeah. It's just
Really?
called.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just put a podcast on my phone. And I put it next to my bed. It's pretty easy. There's one called. It's just called Vikings. It's narrated by the Chad, who is the knight of in Game of Thrones with the Knight of Light or whatever, the guy that keeps dying and coming back to life.
Oh, yeah. Sir.
It's all right. You don't have to know his name, but it's narrated by him. The Knights of, what were they? Light.
Hold on.
Speaking of that, I tried to give Game of Thrones another watch.
Oh, and how far did you get?
5 episodes.
And
I lost complete attention to it.
No, you
Has-
gotta get past the first season, bro.
has
gotta get
Neddard
past the
lost
first
his head yet?
This is the third
Shut
time.
up, Jesse.
This is the
It's
third
first
time
thing
I've
that
tried
happens.
it.
No, it's not. That's
It's the
end
second
of the
thing that
first
happens.
season.
It's the second thing that happens. The first thing is when they push Bran out the window.
I did see that.
Yeah, that's first episode.
He's like, you're like, I made it 5 episodes into the first season. And he's like, yeah, but did you get to the season ending scene?
Yeah, no, I lost interest again and cut it off.
Nah, you gotta try again, man. You gotta try again.
Dude,
I'm
I'm done trying.
put
If
it
a
this
show
way.
can't get me by the end of, I mean, like I said, I'm like 3/4 of the way through the first season.
Austin, you have to make exceptions. Like, this is one of the greatest shows of all time.
I
Like,
keep hearing that.
It really is.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to make an exception. I tried
Until
watching
the
Game
last,
of
like,
Thrones
season
like
or
4 different times before I finally made it past the first season, and I was like, okay, this is really good. But it took me a while too.
I actually
Actually,
liked the first season.
I didn't like it.
It's better than this last season.
Well, yeah, man, but that's a low bar. The first season is just very dry, and it's like building a lot of stuff.
I liked it.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to really just give it time to marinate. It's tough. It is tough.
My timer went off.
All right, I guess it's time to go.
Sounds good.
We really need some football, man.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. All right. I will.
Beric
and I'll s-
Dondarrion. Beric Dondarrion.
Okay. That Vikings podcast is narrated by him. It's really good. Highly suggest. All right, y'all. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Next week you'll be back with Chad and Austin.
R.I.P. Dolly.
Dynasty crew.
Thanks for listening. Now go make someone overpay.